you to look at lesson 3.9 in your Go Math book. There is this dancing hippo there, dancing the hula. This is page 211. And I told you today we were going to be looking at mystery number stories. And we're going to start the lesson by writing a mystery number story together. And I want you to think about, does anyone remember what word tells us that we're dealing with a mystery number story? We talked about it yesterday. And that word is sum, but not the sum like in addition, but this sum. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Make sure your name is at the top. Okay. Today we're using equations, you know what an equation is, to represent. That's just a fancy word for show. So we're using equations to show problems. And then it just says how are number sentences used to show addition and subtraction situations or addition and subtraction number stories. Okay, so we're also going to be using the bar model as well. So it says write a story problem that could be solved using this bar model. Okay. So let's take a look at this. All right. So I'm going to pick a name. I'll use the name of my Cocker Spaniel. How's that? Her name's Clara. So we're going to start with Clara has something, okay? Clara has some. Now that's our mystery number word. That stands for this number right here. And we talked about in class how bar models can oftentimes look like Kit Kat bars if both the pieces down on top are the same. So we could say Clara has some Kit Kat bars. So we'd want to pretend she is not a dog because that would make her very sick. Clara has some Kit Kat bars. Here's our first sentence. Clara has some Kit Kat bars. Let's say Lucy gave her 9 more. Okay, so Clara has some Kit Kat bars. Lucy gave her 9 more. And we're not done yet because we have to say now she has. Now Clara has 15 Kit Kat bars. So far we have 3 sentences. When we're writing a number story with a mystery number, we always need 4 sentences. So we're almost there. When we write a normal number story, we usually just need 3 sentences. But when we have a mystery number with the word sum, we need 4 sentences. So let's review. Clara has some Kit Kat bars. Lucy gave her 9 more. Now Clara has 15 Kit Kat bars. The question we need to ask is, all right, we need to find out what? We need to find out how many Kit Kat bars did Clara start with? Okay, because that's where our mystery is. So that's the question we need to answer. So our question is, how many Kit Kat bars did Clara have to start? That's our question. So we need a question mark there. So Clara has some Kit Kat bars. Lucy gave her 9 more. Now Clara has 15 Kit Kat bars. How many Kit Kat bars did Clara have to start? So how can we solve this? Okay. We have mystery number here. All right. And then we need to answer our question in a complete sentence. Well, we know that the longest piece is always our sum and addition and our minuend in subtraction. All right, so let's write this. If this is going to be our sum and addition, here's our number sentence. So write this with me. We're going to have blank or box, that's our mystery number, plus 9 equals 15. And as you get into trickier math as you go in, the box is going to change to like an X, like the X marks the spot where the buried treasure is. But for now in second grade, we're going to use a box. So box plus 9 equals 15. Okay. Now, how can we figure out what that is? Well, I know that these two can trade places in addition, so I can do 9 plus box equals 15. That might help me, okay, knowing what I know about fact families. And now I can look at subtraction, and I can say, okay, well, 15 subtract 9 equals box, all right? And I can write the last fact in that family where these two switch equals 9. So I've got 4 facts all in the same family, all with the same missing number. So you can solve any of these. They're all going to be the right answer. And that's the number that goes in the box. So let's say you want to look at 15 subtract 9. Okay, well, 15 subtract 9 is 6. And then put 6 in all of these and see if it works. Is 6 plus 9 15? Yeah. Is 9 plus 6 15? Yeah. 15 subtract 9 is 6? Yeah. And 15 subtract 6 equals 9? Yeah. So, of course, our mystery number is 6. Okay? So, we need to answer our question now in a complete sentence. It says, how many Kit Kat bars did Clara have to start? Okay? So, we're going to say Clara had blank Kit Kat bars to start. And of course, we know the number that goes in there is 6. She started with 6. Lucy gave her 9 more. She ended up with 15. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Go ahead and finish that. Remember, Kit Kat is the name of a candy bar. It's a proper noun, so it is capitalized. It says here, would you add or subtract to solve your story problem? Well, let's think about that. You could have added, you could have subtracted. You just had to pick what was easiest for you. What did you like to do? Do you like to count up? Did you want to go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and count up? Or did you want to just do this subtraction where we've got our difference in a normal spot. We didn't have it in a funny place. It was just usually right where we always find the answer or the difference. It was totally up to you. Okay, go ahead and finish that. Let's turn this over. It says, a number sentence can be used to show a problem. We also know a number sentence can be called an equation. It says there were some girls. There's our mystery number word. There were some girls and 4 boys at the park. There were 9 children in all. How many girls were at the park? Let's see if we can figure this out. Here's our number sentence. Box for some plus 4 equals 9. So the box is a placeholder for the missing number. It has a job. So think, well, 5 plus 4 equals 9. And that's how knowing our fact families really helps. So there were 5 girls at the park. Here, it says write a number sentence for the problem. Use a box for the missing number. You do need to use a box for the missing number. If you would like to write the missing number in the box when you figure it out, like that, like I put 5 in there, that is fine. But you do need to have a box for the missing number. Some of our missing numbers will be an addend. Some of them will be the sum. Some of them will be the difference. They're going to be in all places. Okay. So, it says there were 14 ants on the sidewalk. Then 6 ants went into the grass. How many ants were still on the sidewalk? All right, so we need to write an equation here. So there were 14 ants on the sidewalk. Then 6 ants went into the grass. We're taking apart, so that's going to be subtraction. How many ants were still on the sidewalk? That's where our box goes. So you're going to need to figure out 14 subtract 6 equals what? Okay. So can you think about 6 plus what equals 14? You can think about the other numbers in this fact family. And if you do that, you know that, well, 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay. So 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And there is our equation. How many ants were still on the sidewalk? Here's your complete sentence. There were blank ants still on the sidewalk. Period at the end. Now, I want you to also, okay, it doesn't say this in the directions. This is just Mrs. Briner doing her thing because it's good for your brain. I want you to draw a bar model for this, okay? So there are several ways, there are many ways to do this. Just remember, okay, that the longest piece has to be the sum or the minuend. So I can put the 14 on top and have it be this longest piece, or I can put the 14 on the bottom and have it be this longest piece. So I'll put it on the bottom. Now my other 2 numbers are a 6 and 8. Fill that in, all right. So I need to cut this. So one piece is a little bit bigger than the other. Maybe about right there. And then my 8, of course, is going to go in that piece, and my 6 is going to go here. So you've got to do quite a few things. You need to have a complete sentence. You need to have the equation. You need to have a bar model. Okay. Continue on with part 2. I'll give you some more sentence starters for the rest of this assignment. See you soon.